you're going to find yourself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So you're off in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races. Only
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haight deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
And I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately, isn't it? What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Ooh, Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed more and forward up ahead. He's got out of the line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly, Miller's just like trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Bill Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching. The Burger King machine's off into the grass a little bit there. Is it really bunching up now?
find out.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back for BSC Season 10, Round 3, live from Las Vegas. I am James Parfitt, going to be joined, as always, in the booth by Kenton Sportak here currently at the moment as we carry on our spring cleaning series as well. Then we go into the summer and fall series once more here as well. But let's bring Kenton into the booth. Kenton, good day, dear sir. How are you?
Doing well. We're getting a little bit of snow. It was like minus 20 today, so it's nice to be closer to Vegas, where it's 23. I would much rather that temperature than what I'm currently dealing with.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's cold, to be fair, and I wouldn't want that. I'd want the snow, but I don't know if I'd want the 20-degree bit, like minus 20 bit. It's a little bit cold for me. Welcome in, if you are here as well, Lydia, Billy, Sorman. Welcome in. Thanks so much all for joining us once more as we go battling at Vegas. Who's going to win? Who's going to take it? Well, time will tell. I can give you a brief rundown of the standings. Andrew Williams is in first place at the moment on 79 points, with Joshua P. Keefe on 71, tied with Rodney Roberts. Then we got Derek Runge on 66 and Alex Witt on 64. Dylan Kritz on 60. Trenton Kimmel also on 60 as well, and Andrew Jamalan on 55. Rob Sizemore, Cody Kern, Anthony Radel, Terry Murphy, and Terry J. Spainhour there as well, and he's currently on 50 points. So we're getting there. Kenton, we're getting there. We're 2 races in. It's hotting up. We'll start bringing up the standings as of probably next week as well. But we're at Vegas, and that surely is something to write home about.
Oh yeah, Vegas is a fantastic track. It's a 1.5 mile. You've got 20-degree banking on both corners. You're looking at about 9 for both the front stretch and back stretch. We're back to a little bit of a normal configuration of that typical tri-oval that we're used to. We're not using the quad oval that we were at last week in Atlanta. So going to be a little more, I guess, normal what we're used to. There's less chances of having issues with the apron, as going below the apron here is just a recipe for very, very big disasters, as we see Dan Michael
Do that.
take off his front end of his car. You don't want that part. But yeah, so with it being a little bit shorter and not quite built like Atlanta is with those super high banking, you will have to let up kind of as the tires start to wear it down. For the first bit, you might be lifting just a little bit, but it'll get larger lifts as your tires start to burn out. Obviously wanting to avoid as much as possible hitting these walls, because as we just saw, they're not very friendly to your car. They will smash it up pretty solidly.
I did find that out earlier on in a truck race I did here at Vegas as well. Unfortunately, my 4 points come from somebody checking up on the back straight when I was doing 180 miles an hour. So that was nice. And then my second one, unfortunately, I had to avoid a car coming up on me, and I had a gap that, well, let's just say it was just about big enough for my truck. Not much, because I did get another 4X for that one. So, unfortunately, it was very good. I do like this circuit, though. It's very fast-paced. It's got everything. It's a tri-oval shape as well. Welcome in, Terry Spino, Senior, sir. TJ and Brad, you know what to do. Go out and win. Have a good race. Hey, James and Kenton. Hey, good evening to you, dear sir. Don't forget, if you are around Vegas as well and you want to get yourselves involved in some of the action this week, they've got the Victoria's Voice Foundation on Friday for the Craftsman Truck Series. That's for the Victoria Voice Foundation 200. Tickets are still available for that one. Then on Saturday, it's the Luana for the Xfinity Series. So they're going to be taken to the track on the Saturday, and that's the Liana 300 series there as well. And then on the Sunday, it's the big boys. It's the one everybody wants to go and watch. It's the Pennzoil 400 as well with the Cup Series. So that's something to look out for here as well. If you want to get yourselves involved and you live near Vegas, you can go and have a look. Seth Peck, what are you doing in YouTube chat? Are you on track this evening? We are into qualifying. We'll wait to see where everybody follows up. Again, I don't think, as I've proven in my own race earlier on when I started down in 17th and I finished 6th, I don't really think qualifying is that essential.
No, and it's going to be very similar here. Yeah, qualifying is not going to be the end-all, be-all. This isn't, we're not looking at Bristol or Dover, where if you're near the front, it's going to be very helpful. You can kind of float around as long as you're on that lead lap going into the final few laps. That's really the biggest focus. I believe, if I remember correctly, we have 125 laps around here, so it should be fairly quick. As we can see, times start coming in for qualifying. You're ripping around the track pretty quickly. We're looking at like just under 30 seconds to about 31 seconds, kind of on the long end.
Yep.
Obviously in qualifying, but once these guys get kind of single file, I don't see it being too much of too wide around here. For the most part, unless you're trying to pass, you're going to stick pretty low down or pretty tucked in one after the other, just trying to stay safe and stay out of as much trouble as you can. But they'll go pretty quick. It'll be a lot faster than most people are expecting.
Yeah, it definitely will. And as I say, it's been a very interesting circuit for me today. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I got the pleasure of racing Dan Michel today. He joined our hosted session of trucks that we were doing at Kansas. And unfortunately, even in a truck, he was still quicker than me. So, yeah, no love for Dan Michael at the moment, or Dan Michel, depending on what way you're supposed to say it. Now, I believe you've got a funny story about Dan Michel's surname.
I do, yeah. We were so I was joined a few of the guys of the BSC. We had TJ, so we had Spainhour with us. We had Seth Pegg. We had Christian Strader, Hunter Carlson, and myself, and we did the 24 hours of Daytona 1.5 times, but we did it. But found out partway through just getting into one of my stints during, I believe it was TJ was actually driving at the time, that it's not actually Dan Michael, as it is I believe French-based name, so it's actually Dan Michel, which I found that out, and I was like, oh, so we've been saying it horribly wrong
We have.
time. And his response was, I'm used to it. He lives in California, and he was like, everyone says it, Dan Michael, so it's whatever. But apparently it's actually Dan Michel. Who knew?
No, I didn't know, to be honest. I only found that out, obviously, when you told me, but it was also my spotter said to me today when he was coming up to nearly lap me, mind you, that he was coming up to me, and I was like, oh, I remember that from what Kenton said. It was Dan Michel. So, sorry, Dan. Our apologies there as well. Oh, Seth, you are on track, Mr. Peggles himself. There he is, running around once again. Again, we've got a good, healthy field. We've got 33 cars on track here. Even Armand Brusso's in 19th place. What a stellar job from him as we go to the rumble on the strip. 275. I'm not quite sure they've called it 275 when it's not 275 laps, is it?
I'm assuming that's the mileage they would cover. 1.5 by 125. Is that my math correct on this? I could be wrong.
I have no idea, dear sir. I have no idea.
So it is. Yeah. So
I'm on that now. I'm on that as well. The paints did refresh before we just went live, so I'm not entirely sure what's gone on here again, but we will give them one more refresh. We can bring you up the grid. It's going to be Hunter Carlson on pole position with Devon Collicott in second and Noel Jakowitz in third. Cody Kern in fourth, Sawyer Gara in fifth, then Jason Taylor in sixth. Joshua B. Keefe in seventh, Rwanda Jamalin in eighth, then Jake Hall in ninth, Anthony Radel in 10th, Joshua Kuhn in 11th, Dan Michelle in 12th. It just doesn't sound right. Alex Witt in 13th, Nicholas Stockner in 14th, Matthew Norberg 15th, Christian Strider 16th, Brendan McLaughlin 17th, and then Dillo Chris in 18th. Arnon Brusso, Andrew Williams, TJ Spainer, Jonathan Kimmel, Seth Pegg, and Rob Sizemore behind them as well. So on from that one, of course, we have got Terry Murphy, Kevin Coleman, Zach Lewis, Bradley Young, Andrew Burrell, Tom Kuhn, Andrew Onquist, Justin Kuhn, and Greg Sherman there as well. I am going to refresh the paints one more time, okay? They are doing that now while you're all going to cruise around. It's taken a while to download them, mind you. I'm a little bit worried my internet's going a little bit wrong. However, I did finally get confirmation that in May this year, the back of the beyond where I live, with more sheep than human beings, will finally get full fibre optic. Woohoo! There we go.
I mean, better late than never, I guess, right?
Oh, mate, don't. It took us ages. I had to pester them every day. Every day for the last 3 weeks to get full fibre optic, and I finally did get full fibre optic. It's coming in May apparently, so there we go. And that was due to the fact I saw an engineer on the street who told me it was coming in, well, end of April. He said, and then I rang the company up and they were like, yeah, it's not coming till September. I was like, you're lying, try again. So yeah, they then got back to me and said, no, Mr. Parfitt, you are correct, it is happening in May. I was like, oh, so excited. However, my current contract runs out in March, so there you go. What can you do apart from sign another 18-month contract with somebody you don't want to be with for a month? There we go. The joys of being in contracts in the UK for the internet. The paints are nearly finished, so I'm hoping they get done before these guys get going. I did, as I say, refresh them just before we went live, but I'm guessing that people have joined and it's all changed, so that's quite nice. Thank you very much to all of you beautiful, wonderful people. They are on their way around turn 3. We'll give the paints a minute to load in there, and then we'll get them up and running for you once more as Hunter Carlson will be the man to get us to green. How interesting do we think? What's going to be the plan for some of these, do we reckon, Kenton? I'll tell you what, let's have that discussion in a minute as we're going to get this up and running now as well. These guys are on their way out of 4 into the tri-oval here. And some of the paints are still refreshing, hence all the cars are white, so that's lovely. Right, the pace car is in. Now we are all going to be going. We're going to be into the Geico restart zone. And this one will be green. Is the 91 of Devon Collicott not going to get a penalty for overtaking the car before the finishing line, before the start line there, as they all get away cleanly? I thought that was a thing.
No, for NASCAR, I'm pretty sure it's as long as you can go as soon as the green light or green flag starts, I believe. Because it is slightly different for oval racing in comparison to what you typically would see for most other series.
Surely you cannot jump the leader before they go across the line regardless. Oh, it's up in the wall. Dan Michelle's up in the wall there. Stockner's in there. TJ's fighting out as well. He's in that 86 machine. He must have changed his livery there as well. So, Stockner there. What's going on with Steph Pegg? Oh, my God. Steph Pegg's got the wiggles.
He's got wiggles. Yeah, I saw that. He has a whole song. It's apparently based off of a song, the Big Red Car. Which is why he's got a very large red car. And from what I can see, so pacing in front of the leader or accelerating prior to the green flag and passing may result in a black flag. But if you pass after the green flag or the leader goes, you're fine. It's as long as you don't leave before the green flag, and he did not. The green flag had already fallen.
Right,
so
okay.
It's different. it's different than road. With road racing, you're not allowed to pass the leader until the start-finish lines.
Can see.
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit confused. If I'd known that, I would have jumped loads of green flags I had earlier on. Hunter Carlson here as well in second place. You can see on that 9-degree back banking here as we're going into turn 3. You go up to the left. It's really weird actually, because when you're driving this track, it doesn't actually feel like you're doing that. It doesn't actually feel like you're slanting right over, but it's more interesting when you watch it in the car, of course. So they are, the front two have kind of broken away. Sawyer Gara behind Jakowitz, Kern, Jamalin, Radel, Taylor, Witt, and then behind that is Matthew Norberg, Alex Witt in his Busey's livery there once more. Jake Hall is here as well. Brandon McLaughlin just going around the outside. I had the pleasure of racing Brandon in the trucks. I'd say racing, it was more like, bye James, take care, have a good one, as I potted around on my own on a Sunday drive. But it was great fun nevertheless. There's my man TJ in the middle. He's got Joshua Kuhn right in front of him as well. Dylan Critz and also Dan Michel there once more. So some great action taking place here. What's going to be important? Don't lose the draft or don't have an incident.
Oh, don't have an incident. 100%. It's a fairly narrow track. It's a little deceiving in the corners, because it looks like it goes up a lot higher than it really does. But at most you have 3 lanes. It's kind of sort of reminiscent of how wide Daytona is. A little bit wider than that, but not quite like Talladega, where you can have like 3 cars real easily through the corners and stuff. You're going to want to be fairly tucked in. Draft isn't going to be as dire as it has been the last 2 races between Daytona and Atlanta. But it's always going to play a part with these cars. The aerodynamics is going to be nice. And as you can see, Nordberg getting a massive run there, getting a little bit of push from behind. I believe that is Strouder, sorry. Strouder giving him a little bit of a push as he does dip below the apron. And there is a little bit of space near the start-finish line. It is going to be the ruling on that of you can do it as long as you don't come up and cause problems. So we'll see how that plays out throughout, though. Largely, there's not nearly as much of an apron as there is in Atlanta, so a little less possibility of issues, hopefully.
Yeah, I do fully agree with you. Let's hope there isn't there, as Armand Brousseau is in a bluey machine. Not quite sure why. Witt's car, Busey's is Bucky's. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's...
Well, let's spell it right as well. I'm English, for God's sake. We say the C is Busey's. So there you go. Make sure he gets it right. Barbara Brousseau in that bluey machine there does look very nice as well. I've got a very important announcement that come out the other day from the BSC as well. We're going to take just a brief moment to read this, because this is vitally important and affects everybody on the race circuit as well. But let's check out the free ride first. What's going on here as Witt is there in the middle. Then we've got the 21 at Radel. We know Radel's had a bit of a rough part in that car with Joshua B. Keep alongside him. Then Norberg's going to run him free wide on the inside as well. Surely this can't work. Can it work? Can it work? Yes, it just about works there as well, as these guys are still battling out in that mid-pack as well. Lap 11 of 125, and we've still got Collicott, Gara, Carlson, Jakowitz, Jamalin, Kern, Taylor, Witt, Radel and Norberg. The BSC Racing League announcement I need to tell you all now as well, so please switch on your ears, because this is vitally important. All attention, all racers and enthusiasts. Effective immediately, the BSC Racing League is implementing a new regulation regarding equipment uses during our competitions. After careful consideration and in the interest of fairness and safety, we are announcing the prohibition of webbed gloving. The decision is aimed at maintaining the integrity of our races, ensuring a level playing field for all participants. While we understand that various gear innovations contribute to the excitement of the sport, it's crucial to prioritise fairness and safety above all else. We appreciate your cooperation and understand as we enforce this new regulation. Let's continue to uphold the spirit of fair competition and sportsmanship that defines the BSC Racing League. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Rev up your engines and let's go racing. So there we go. The BSC banning webbed gloves, of course.
So This whole thing, I don't know if everyone actually knows where this came from. So it's a little tongue-in-cheek. The White Gloves was a shot at
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano, in his race, he had a webbing piece that connected his index finger and his thumb. It was deemed... I have no idea. You had a better grip, I guess.
It had something to do. When I watched it, they come up and they said it had something to do with airflow as well. He was able to use it to minimize airflow or something random. And even when I sat and watched the Better 400 the other day, I still didn't get what the big deal was. Now, me personally, hey dude, you want to wear gloves. I'm not quite sure how it would affect it in that way, or something to do with the airflow, but I'm probably erring on more what you said, Kenton, about the fact of gripping on the steering wheel. But surely if he gets into an incident like we saw Blaney get into the week before and his steering wheel snap round, he's only going to catch the webbing and rip his fingers off anyway. So, not really sure how they're going with that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I still have no idea. Apparently, yeah, it was something to do with it helped him grab the netting of his, like the netting window, of the actual like window, to help pull that in to reduce the amount of turbulent air coming into the car and slowing it. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a stretch, but at the same time, it is actually in the rules that all the cars or all the driver's gloves have to have separate sections for each finger. They have to be separated. So I mean, it's in the rule is wrong. So they got, I think it was a $50,000 fine or something. It was pretty solid.
And he had to drop to the end of the line as well. So he qualified, I think he was third, or he might have even been actually on pole position, if I remember correctly. And he got an EOL and had to drop all the way back. If you haven't seen last week's race as well, I will say from the Cup Series, 3 wide over the line, and they were separated by 0.06 or something ridiculous. It actually went down to a photo finish. It was an insane ending, but then again, it was an insane race as well, as there was a couple of nicely little big ones in there for you all to enjoy. So if you haven't watched last week's, go and watch it back, because I can tell you what, you won't be disappointed there either, as I was sat there the other night watching it. It was very, very interesting indeed. But let's get this back up and running. We haven't got a massive gap behind these guys now as well. They all settle in once more, and they all just sit there and chill out. No, he's going to keep going. He'll keep going. There you go, in that Bucky's livery. Spell it correctly there, and Alex Witt unfortunately getting caught up in that 594 machine as well. But once again, they have gone all out, haven't they, this season with liveries, and you can see some of them have done a great job, like the chrome gold on the left-hand side. However, that was contact with Strada. That time they're 3 wide further back as well. Devon Collicott in a 91. That 32 of Carlson is down 13 places. He's gone from first all the way down, and he's still going down all the way down into 16th there as well. I thought, this is the thing for me on this circuit, right? And I tried to run my truck race like it, a more synopsis line, a more cinnamon line. They don't seem in very good sync. They're kind of, as we compare them here to that kind of jigsaw puzzle pieces where you open a box, chuck them on the table, and hope for the best.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. I mean, obviously they're going to try and push to make up spaces as people kind of start losing a little bit of the speed, and you can see Taylor making a move for the front here on Jakowitz as they're kind of battling back and forth. We saw Sawyer Gara was up there battling with Jakowitz on his outside at one point, and then now he's sitting back in third, and it's a combination of trying to get obviously in a good position. If you're out front, the chances of being taken out in a wreck are a little bit slimmer. Not always zero, as we saw last year with Alex Witt, but not always zero, but it's a harder time for you to be taken out. But at the same time, to lead these races, especially on these kind of tracks, you're going to burn your tires a lot more because you're getting no draft. You have no one breaking the air. You're using up a lot more fuel, things like that. So if you're out front, you're starting to burn up those tires as you're working your way through. You want to back off to let them kind of recover almost in a sense. But in order to do that, you obviously start going slower, and then someone else goes by you. So it is a little bit of a case of, people trying to push through and just create positioning changes and get to where they want to be. But at the same time, you kind of have to be a little careful about how you do it, because you don't want to get burned out tires, as we got 2 on the infield, but they somehow have managed to keep it going straight. No flag, which I'm happy about as well. Yes, we make it through a lap onto lap 24 here. Almost... was that about just I can't math, a fifth of the race? There we go.
You're 26 away from the stage break. Stage break at 50 here this evening as well. We can see 3 wide in the background. That's Collicott there with Radel, with unfortunately Strada, with McLaughlin as well. Radle's not. I'm going to put it, it was Anthony Radel that I've got more times written on my sheets where I do my little race notes. And unfortunately for him, he's had a bit of a rough start. And last week at Atlanta Motor Speedway, kind of wasn't any better for Radel. But I think going forward, we know that Radel will settle in. We know he will get back up. We know he will do the job again. So are we really worried about Anthony Radel? Probably not. He will come round there as well. KJ, I love it in YouTube. Texas spells things weird. Yes, clearly they don't know the phonetic alphabet, obviously, as we've got Terry Murphy there in the Murder Army livery once more. So a great job from these guys. Stockner is all the way down in 19. TJ right behind him there as well. And then we've got here Brad is a little bit further down the order in 27th with Tom, Justin Kuhn and Seth Peggles is at the back in that Wiggles machine as well. I will say one thing about the Wiggles. When I worked in the school, we used to do the you want to shake your Wiggles out, shake. And we used to do that in the morning just to wake the kids up because it was funny. So, it was a bit of fun. We used to do that with the children. So fair play, Seth, for putting that on your car. Good job.
I'm very out of the loop. I've never heard of the Wiggles until I saw that, and I was like, what the heck are the Wiggles?
Please tell me you've Googled the Wiggles now.
I did. Because I wanted to look up what the heck it was. So, yeah, they're like a kids group. But when they were, air quotes, big, or bigger, I was in my... would have been like late 90s, early 2000s when they really first took. At that point I was 11, so not really my my kind of realm of stuff, and I don't have kids, so I never had to deal with them in capacity, and my nieces and nephews, the oldest one is now 9 and she was more into Paw Patrol, so I know that, and had no idea what the Wiggles were. I was like, okay.
Disappointed down. Working with somebody who clearly is not down or up to date with the children's channels here, as well as we go on board with Brian McLaughlin doing an absolutely stellar job in his Ford. Mind you, we are very Ford dominated this week. I just looked back through, there's quite a lot of Fords on the field here this week, so a good nice spread there, and we'll be able to see how they all get on, whether or not they're going to work together. Hunter Carlson in his Chevrolet, he's got Kevin Coleman now just gone past him. Trenton Kimmel is on the back. You can see them going almost 3 wide in front of us at the moment. Kimmel losing a bit of time. Don't forget, coming up on the JPB YouTube channel as well, guys, come to the start of May, we have got, well, there's 2 series starting in May, mind you. There is the NASCAR Trucks Series that starts on a Tuesday evening. It runs for every 2 weeks, 13 rounds over 26 weeks. And then we've got the 100% Series starting in May the 5th. And they are starting at Kansas, and they will run full length NASCAR scheduled length plus calendar, including playoffs. So if you want to get yourselves involved in that one, head over to jpbbroadcasting.com, click on League Racing, and you will see the 100% there as well that Kenton's going to sign up for in the next couple of weeks.
Exactly. Got to hop in on that Saturdays when I can, if I'm not playing Aussie Rules football.
But you're in Canada.
Right? It's amazing. It's a lot of Aussies there.
Okay.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah, clearly. I did get told about. Oh, hold it, Devon, hold it.
Save it. Save it.
He did save it, but unfortunately that's going to put him dropping down the order like an absolute rock. Oh, and just for good health, he got another one. Oh, he's not saving that.
Yeah, there's the yellow now. That'll have to come out. Yep.
He saved the first one, and that's what made it quite interesting. And he come back on track, and I think it was Keith. Was it Keith who comes down into him? Yeah, and then Keith comes at him again.
Joshua, yeah.
And then unfortunately...
Just gives him a little love tap.
Yeah, well, unfortunately that love tap did that. So Collie got there. Oh, no. Up into the 18 machine of Terry Murphy. Murphy praying that he would end up getting through, and unfortunately he did not there. So on lap 33, Collicott is the cause of the yellow, but I think Keith had something to do with it at the same time. So there we go. Thank you so much. As say if you are here, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do that, all that other fancies jazz here. And I'm going to put up a poll just for good health. Who is going to win? Give me some random names who you think would win, Kenton.
I'm going to go out on a random limb here.
Okay.
And I'm just throwing a name out. I think I'm going to go with the very much a little surprising that he was that high up for a good chunk of time, but I think we're going to go with the 53 Sawyer Gara.
Okay.
Because he was looking good.
Okay. Well, do you know what? I am going to go with this young man, and then we're going to add this man in, because this would be a shock if he managed to come through and take the victory. And then we're going to go with this man, purely because he's the boss and I better. So there we go. Right, let me know who you think's going to win. If you think other, then put hashtag something in YouTube chat with their surname. But that's mine. And Kenton's choices: Sawyer Gara, TJ Spainhour, Seth Pegg, or Armand Brousseau. Let me know who you think's going to win on that one here as well. So as we get this season up and running, we've got the spring, we've got the summer, and we've got the autumn or fall season to go here as well. So a long old season that you will see and hear the beautiful voices of myself and Mr. Kenton Sportak, who's deeper than Barry White, and he can sing an epic song when he gets going, I'm sure. But Kenton, thank you, son.
I don't know if I have that deep a voice, but Peggles says to vote for Peggles.
Oh, Peggles, you're so self-needy.
Vote for the Breakfast Club.
We didn't put,
so needy.
It's so needy. We didn't put the Breakfast Club in, Seth, unfortunately. And do you know what's worse? I'm admin of the channel and I can't vote for anyone. That sucks. So there we go. So I can't even put a vote in, Seth. Sorry, dear sir. You'll have to just suck it up, buttercup, on that one. We are off to Pocono on March the 5th, which is next week. 75 lap stage break at 30 and 3 tyre sets there as well. Then we go on March the 12th. Did you just go, ugh, in my ear?
Pocono hurts every time.
No, see, we're going to Bristol after.
Oh, God.
And then we are on off to Circuit of the Americas. Then we go to Richmond, Martinsville, Texas, Talladega, Dover, and we finish at Kansas on April 30th. That would be the day of the trucks starting at Kansas as well. So if you want to get yourselves involved in the BSC, you can. All links down in the description below as well. The JPP links are in there. You can get yourself involved in that one. Got to vote for the Breakfast Club, boys. KJ says, well, you've only got one. The problem is none of these are really in teams, despite how many times I go and tell them to fill out the SDK Drivers app. They don't. So unfortunately, I've got a lot of nuns on my team, and that's not nuns as in give me a habit, you know, spectacles, testicles, wallet, or watch and all that, but just a lot of none. No team as in none.
Random story. My great aunt was a nun.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she was a nun. She was fantastic. She was a fantastic nun. She took an extra. I absolutely loved her. She was great. But she, there was one time I met up with her or my family, we all met up in Vancouver, and she had brought an extra bottle more than you're technically allowed to bring back from the US to Canada. And when they were like, "Oh, did you declare it?" She's like, "No one checks a nun." No.
They got to be like straight up, they? They got just gives them the key to the city there as well.
Yeah.
They do a great job. Fun fact on that one, most favourite film, Nuns on the Run with Whoopi Goldberg. Go and check it out. It's very good as well, an all-time classic. So as we're on board with Jake Hall, we are going to come round to get this up and running. I'm sure sometimes we turn these into podcasts more than right racing commentary there, Kenton. As we're going to get green again, and this racing here will be underway once more for the rumble on the strip. 275 pace car is in. We got Andrew Williams alongside Alex Witt, and now we are up and running, and now they settle in there as well. Williams got a jump and a half with Jake Hall, Witt and Kern, with Strada Stockner behind him. Why are they not going 2 lines of 2? I don't get that. Surely that's the fastest way around this circuit.
2 lines wide? Not really.
Yes.
I mean, yes, but like not at the same time, because if you're 2 line, you lose that draft, but you can see like as soon as they drop down, it does make the cornering tighter because you're not going to have as much of an entry. You have such a wide exit and entry that you really want to be able to utilize as much of the track as you can going into and out of these corners, just because they are that little bit tighter and it's not as massive of a banking as you get in Atlanta. And you can see like if you don't get a good corner, you can get past very quickly, as we see Stockner making a move. Is same with actually Strada as well, going almost going by Cody Curran there. But yeah, like if you can't get that good exit and entry, it can cause you a lot of problems, and especially exits where you're going to really be passing cars in oval racing, right? So you want to get really good entry and exit, and if you're having to stay super low, you don't get quite as wide. You have to lift that little bit more, whereas that car on the outside is able to really kind of slingshot around you. So it's single file is technically better for this, but it kind of depends on what you're able to do and how well you trust your car and how well you trust the guys around you, because we've seen some very interesting moves early on this year already.
Yeah, it's completely agree there as well. We've got Keith in the mix. Josh B. Keith with Hunter Carlson. Dan Kritz is in there as well. Radle's in there. Murphy's in that pack once again. He's come out and got repaired. The 00 of Kevin Coleman. He's settling in with the 1-2-1 there as well of Andrew Burrell. Where is TJ? TJ's all the way down in 20th place. Where is the TJ Massive? The TJ Massive voting on the poll. I thought TJ would have been top by now. And then we got Armand Brousseau behind him here as well in his bluey liveried machine there. Bluey. Oh, dearie me.
Jamelin almost lost the car a little bit in front. He got a little, as Peg Scar would say, wiggle. Oh, Coleman there. Yeah, kind of a little bit of a bounce. But everyone seems to be pointed forward still, which is always what we want.
Absolutely. Peg a little bit further back here, unfortunately. The man from down under, of course. The man whose hometown is Melbourne here. And unfortunately, he's dropping back a little bit. That's so sorry?
Melbourne. It's actually apparently how it's pronounced. No, it's actually apparently pronounced Melbourne.
No. No.
I play football with Aussies, man. Melbourne.
It's Melbourne.
Okay.
Melbourne.
We'll ask Peggles.
Melbourne,
we'll
Victoria.
Yeah. We'll bring them in. We'll ask. Maybe they've been lying to me.
All right. What's the film called with not Ben Affleck, the other one, the little one? I can't think of his name.
Damon?
Damon, yeah, Matt Damon. He's in a film called The Something Identity. What's it called?
What does that have to... Yeah, but that's not Australian.
What is it called? What's it called, Kenton?
Yeah. The Bourne Identity.
Born, Melbourne.
Different wording. You and I spell color with a U. Doesn't mean America does.
No, they go OR because, colour. So we unfortunately looks like we have got a yellow flag there as well. Lap 45, and it looks like Joshua Kuhn has been in. But well, if you're doing that, I am not surprised that has happened there as well. Straight across the nose of Norberg, and unfortunately, when you're going 3 wide, that is the chances you take. And just for good health, Norberg pushed him all the way down the side of the circuit as well. So well done. We're on caution number 2 here as well on lap 44. And that, unfortunately, was Mr. J. Kuhn going across the face of Norberg. Do you know what, right? As well, I was watching the live race of the Cup race over the weekend. And right about every, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, there wasn't an advert. They were running adverts. Like now, they'll be like, we'll be right back after these short messages. And you'll be like, lovely.
Yeah, that's motor racing for you.
And then they come back, and then they come back again, and then they go, right, we're just coming round to the final lap here of the pace car. We'll be right back shortly. You're like, Jesus Christ, I've only heard you for 3 minutes, and then you're on a break again. The amount of breaks in there was just absolutely ludicrous. So I'm approaching Armand Brousseau during this one as well, and saying to him, I want some adverts, because I think me and you need to have, I don't know, out of a 2-hour race, we need to have at least an hour and a half of adverts.
Yes, Peg, you did hear Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah, Melbourne.
We're having a discussion on how it's properly pronounced.
Melbourne or Melbourne. And as I said, the film is Melbourne, and it's Bourne identity. Bourne is on the end of Bourne, and then you got Mel. So you got Melbourne. Okay, that's a Melbourne. Split it in 2. Melbourne. So there we go. As well. Well, I tell you what, let's have a chat with Mr. Brousseau as well while the pace car lights are on as well. We can have a chat with the boss man himself, the man I'm sure he's doing a wonderful job out on the circuit. Mr. Armand Brousseau, how are you doing, dear sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Just sitting up in 4th, up 15 places. Nice livery this week, dear sir.
Thanks.
Any particular reason?
We're obsessed with Bluey.
You're obsessed with Bluey, aren't you? A little bit old for that, or?
Nah, the league itself is obsessed with Bluey.
Why?
I don't. It's just it's Seth's fault. It's an Australian thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they watch it all the time.
Huh?
If you got kids,
You guys watch it all the time.
No, I do not have kids.
And you watch never mind. Not even going to go there on that one, Mr. Brousseau. What do you think the chances are of you at Vegas today? Are we going to see a Bluey win?
No. I'm going to get eaten up here because I didn't have tires. I am getting yelled at. They would like Dylan to be interviewed. So
who? Dylan,
the stage winner, would like to be interviewed. I don't know why. I'm being yelled at over the radio.
Okay.
Dylan Crits.
Right.
Dylan Crits.
car.
Bye. Actually, just
bye.
Aren't we on the out and the lights are off? Aren't we?
I just hey man, I don't.
Lights are still on.
All right, okay, hold on. We're bringing the stage winner, Dylan Crits, into the booth. Dylan, quickly, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
No problem at all, dear. So it's much appreciating having a conversation with you. Stage victory there. That was all good, wasn't it?
Oh, that was fantastic. I had some awesome tires cutting up through the field.
Were they perfectly matched tires, though? Were they matched tires?
They were. Were
they specifically matched by your race engineer, yeah?
Absolutely.
Well,
pure Goodyear.
Pure match tires. Absolutely stellar job there as well. Dylan, what's the chances of going forward? Where do we see you going forward?
Oh, I'm going to the back. I'm going to the back. God has foreseen that I will go to the back, but then win this race.
So you're going to go to the front, take the stage win, and then you're going to go to the back just because you can, and then come back through and win the race.
Yeah, I'm built different.
Yeah, I've seen that video too. I can crack an egg in my arm as well. But look, okay, Dylan, fair play to you as well. We got Armand in the booth with us as well. Armand Say once more, having a good old time. He told me to bring you in, to be fair. Would you like to say any nice words about Armand?
He's a swell fella.
Smart.
Good choice. Good choice of words up here in the booth as well. Well, guys, good luck for the rest of the race. I'll pop you back in. Pace car lights are out. Dylan, congratulations on your stage win.
Thank you. God bless.
And you.
Thanks, James.
Take care, mate. Oh, my dearie me. Do you know what was worse? I suppose we really should have thought that would be the stage win as well, considering we were on lap 44. But, yeah, maybe we need to have Kenton on the voice channels finding out if that was actually the stage there as well. Did I yell Melbourne? Yes, you did. It's Melbourne. No, it isn't, because it's not spelled like that. Since we're all having...
the Aussie is wrong.
Yeah. Since we're all giving each other shit on pronunciations, it's Jackalwitz. It's Jackalwitz.
Jackalwitz.
No, it's not. I ain't got you in it. There as well. So, but his real name is Batmania. So, Beck, let's get this up and running. Don't want to jinx him, but it goes without saying. Yeah, TJ got no votes in the panel there as well, and it's a 33 split currently at the moment. And Chris leads us away in third with McLaughlin and Murphy in front of him there as well. Brusso seems to think he's going straight to the back as we perform the JPB English class here on the BSC from Vegas.
Just,
I don't know.
yeah. So, how about that?
How about them Red Sox?
Baseball season is getting going. They're in spring training right now.
I was watching NHL the other day, actually, as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I was watching the NHL. I can't remember who it was because I was watching it while watching the NASCAR. Don't ask. I'm a complicated human being. But it looked quite fun. So there we go. Actually, it was on the end of the NASCAR. The NASCAR finished and put me straight into an NHL program. So I was sat doing that as well. So good job here. Brusso sitting in 11th, trying to make his way through the field. He's got Zach Lewis on the outside in that 16 McDonald's machine and the 52 there in front of that as well, which is Trenton Kimmel in that Matco Tools liveried machine. So let's see how these all get on. Some names down the back I wasn't quite expecting. Radel again. I don't know if Radel's been caught up in anything. Peg's there, Keith's there, Coon's there, Justin's there as well. Did we have Matthew last week? Because Matthew got punted out by his son, who Keith is then his son-in-law.
No,
I'm sure
Tom
was dad, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tom's dad.
Josh and
Then
Justin, Josh and Tom. No, Josh and Justin are sons, and Joshua is...
No, Joshua and Justin are, and they are sons, and then Josh
B. Keith
his son-in-law.
Right, okay, cool. There we go. So we've got the whole family tree here as well. Noel Jalkowitz is on the track there as well with Brandon McLaughlin right behind him. Jake Hall in the mix as well in that 98 machine. Trenton Kimmel sitting in as well as Dan Michel. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Comes up off the apron there as well. Doesn't make contact, but Alex Witt in his Bucky's machine chasing down Andrew Williams here.
Lydia, James fully prevented you from voting. I'm just going to say that.
I did not. I can't vote, Lydia. Don't puff your nose out at me, young lady, I'll tell you. Don't make me come round there when I come over to America in 2026 there as well, because I'm playing at my Daytona weekend at the moment. So, yeah, that's my plan in 2026 to get out for Daytona. So there we go, as a once-in-a-lifetime trip. So good luck to us. So Alex Witt and Andrew Williams and Terry Murphy battling out. Murphy's done a great job considering he got caught up in the first caution.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I hear tires screeching. I was right. Look at that.
I'll check you out. Trenton Kimmel. We were just on him. He didn't look like he was in any shape or... Oh, dearie me. He's coming down. Told you.
Yeah. Was that Gara came down on him? It looked a little bit.
Really?
Maybe?
Possibly?
Or he just kind of ran
got a
through a little bit.
Gara got a tap from the 52 there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like the 52 needed to go a little lower to enter that corner, and Gara just had not really much choice of what was going to happen to him.
No, unfortunately. in on lap 55. So that was Kimmel and also Gara. It was Gara, wasn't it? In the 54. So
54.
There we go. Lydia, don't you do that to me. She put her face in there. Terry, depends on what side of the street you stand on as to how dumb you sound, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all. Ugh. You all, or all of you.
Yeah.
We won't go into detail. I feel we could be offending the whole of the United States about now. So maybe we really need to...
An Englishman and a Canadian offending Americans? Who would have guessed?
Oh, who knew? That as well. I offended some Americans so badly I ended up in the steward's booth. So, and that is a true fact as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was a naughty boy. So there we go. But then again, if you're going to go and send it up the inside and not hold your line and not let off the brakes so a GTP can go past you, what do you expect?
I don't know. Bad things, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. James,
I wasn't there. I'll take a guess on that and say not good things.
Yeah, not good things. I may have had a little bit of a rant, and then I got myself in trouble.
Wait, hold on. You had a rant?
Yeah.
No. I don't buy
it was multi-class sports car series. And there was blue flags involved, and then James went on his high horse, and unfortunately the buck never got rid of him, and then got myself in trouble. So there you go. They must have lived in Cali. Do you know what? Right, even today I was walking around a supermarket here with my wife, and I'm sorry, we're on a yellow flag, so I'm just going to tell you. And she went, "Oh, I need some inspo." And I went, "Inspo? What the blinking hell is inspo?" She went, "Oh, I need some inspiration. You're so old." Oh, all right, love. Sorry. I didn't realise you were down with the kids at the age of 36.
Oh.
Don't.
Throwing out ages there. Whew.
Well, I didn't know what
she's probably
inspo mean. Yeah, she is asleep. Trust me, otherwise she'd be coming through my door about now, giving me a left hook in the ear roll. I'll be like, child abuse. Yeah, I didn't know what inspo was, and apparently that's what it was. It means inspiration, by all accounts. So there we go. Now we're talking how we're texting, let alone texting as well. And that's the thing. My son, my 13-year-old, who turned 13 the other day, bless him, he texted me a message the other day. I just texted back going, "What?" And there was all sorts of random letters in there, but apparently they all mean something. So there we go. Who'd know? As we're on caution number 3, and I've only put it as 3. I know we're on 4, but technically one of them. Well, actually, no, it wasn't the stage break, so we are on 3 there as well. As Andrew Williams is doing a great job there, and everybody's still running. I believe the only one that isn't, or the only two, is Rob Sizemore and Andrew Almquist. Sizemore did 0.99 of a lap, but Andrew Almquist didn't do it anyway. Give TJ some luck and interview him. Tell him I'm rooting for him and do it for me today. All right, I'll get him on the next one. We're a bit late on that market, aren't we? I think the lights can't actually see, to be honest, because the sun's reflecting off him. But
I think they're
off.
out.
Yeah, they're out. So we'll get him on the next one for you, Mr. Spainhour Senior, sir. As well. Attention! The boss is in the house. So there we go. Ah, dearie me. What an interesting evening.
Yeah, I feel that. It's been multiple interesting evenings in the last little while here. But I didn't have to take the bus anymore because my car is now working, and I am very happy about that.
Well, yeah, you took it apart. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, I only took it apart because it wasn't working. I didn't just take it apart for funsies.
For what?
Thankfully, I don't do that for funsies.
There we go. Says it all, really, doesn't it? Slick, welcome in, buddy, with that as well, with your popcorn. Welcome in. Thank you. That's a great emoji, by the way. Where'd you get that from? Here, let's get this back up and running as these guys are heading around turn 3 once more. And it's Whit, Williams, Critz, and Murphy here again there as well. Thanks. He was doing it for you last week. He was. I'll get to do it for you this week. That you got to do it for him. Don't do it for me again, because he won't be too happy if you pick me 2 weeks in a row. Right, so here we go. Once again. And we are up, and we are green. Once more, here again, as the rumble on the strip, 275 kicks off on lap 60 of 125. Sit back, hold on to your hats, because it's going to get spicy. And it's great to see Terry Murphy up there after being involved in the caution in the first opening laps on lap 33, doing a great job settling in here as well. So some great movers, great shakers currently at the moment, and some great action to boot, Kenton.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic, and yeah, it's very rotational as to who's near where and who's in the lead and who's beside who. Is you can kind of see the pin.
We didn't go anywhere. Oh. It looked like that could have been quite a big one. So, a bit confused on that, actually. Was that... Oh, was that Kuhn and Radel going off track? Yes. Oh, no, it was Young. There was a shooting Bradley Young in the opposite direction there at one point.
Oh, he got kind of lost the car coming out of the turn 4 there. Yeah, he just loses the car coming out of turn 4, tries to correct it, overcorrects a little bit, goes into the wall, bounces off that, and finds the 4 car.
So Bradley Young there as well. In the grass. Huh?
Yeah, the 4 and the 82 ending up in the grass there.
Yeah, I mean that was an avoidance, though, wasn't it? To be fair, more than anything else, because you got Keith's running the wall, and then you got Radel who's there. He's trying to avoid everything as well. So there we go. Right, where are you? Where are you? Please don't go into the pits, because I feel really bad about talking to you if you go into the pits. Well, next up in the booth as well, we're going to bring in one Mr. TJ Spain out. Is he going into the pits? No. TJ, welcome in, buddy. How are you? TJ?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, dear sir. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I've had a fun night so far, buddy, as I always do. How's it been out there for you?
A bit chaotic. Practice was way different than what it is right now. The track feels way different. The low lane is not fast like it was in practice, so we're all trying to get up towards that high lane. And then I've got cars jumping up in front of me on exit. I'm worried about. I've had to brake and let up quite a bit.
Okay, what's the ambition? Where are we going to see you today?
I felt, and I still feel pretty confident that we'll get a top 10. I don't, with how fast like Dan and Alex and Christian are at this place. It's definitely going to be one of them. I think I really would like to follow behind, maybe get lucky, and get that top spot. But with the competition, I just don't see it happening.
Well, hopefully you will as well. Dad says, give TJ some luck and tell him I'm rooting for him, and do it for me today. You can't do it for me for 2 weeks in a row, because Dad gets a little bit upset. So you have to do it for him this week, okay?
Do it for the family this week. That's right.
Oh, no, not for the family. Just Dad. All right, you don't need to worry about the rest. The rest are fine. They haven't said anything. It's all right. Lydia's been in here. Lydia's got the hump with me, apparently. So there you go. All in all, I'm doing rather well with the Spain Now family this evening, TJ. So, you know what I mean? Good luck out there, buddy. What's the plan after the restart? Just kind of settle in and try and knock the laps off?
Yeah, I'd really like to tire save. I really want to. I want to go through this kind of calmly and then attack it on the last stint there.
Okay, no worries there as well. However, Lydia's back in chat. Sorry, boys, we all know he does it for me every week. I'm hoping she's going to presume the race in there. And Mum's there as well, saying all of us. So they're all getting involved, really, and Dad just wants it for him. So there we go. But all in all, TJ, have a good one in the Spain Hour house after this one, mate. Good luck, buddy, as always. And hopefully I'll see you up near the podium if you can.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate it. I'll take all the luck I can get.
Yeah, well, good vibes, buddy. Good vibes. Have a good one, mate.
See ya.
Well, there we go. That was, of course, Mr. TJ Spano out there as well, who's doing it for Lydia because she does it for him, does it for her every week, and Dad because Dad wants a piece of it, and Mum who just wants everybody some love. So there we go. All good in the Spano house this evening, Kenton.
Yeah, I mean, I suggest the wife first, but you know, that's me.
That's the difference, though, isn't it, between sleeping on the bed and sleeping on the sofa?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Spain Hour crew, but it's got to be Lydia. It's got to come first. So there we go. Once more, pace car lights are out. We are going around this time as well. Get this up and running as these guys file in once more here, and we'll be going green very shortly as well. What they got to look out for at the moment, Spaino said, TJ said the track's changed quite a lot from where they're at in practice. Obviously, weather-wise at the moment, we're baking. We're 34 degrees centigrade on the track, 23 degrees in the air. So the air's not too bad, but the track's a little bit on the toasty side.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, when you have track temperature that high up, you're going to have issues with grip, and going low is obviously going to be a little soft or harder because you have to lift that little bit more just to maintain that grip, whereas if you're up a little higher, you don't have to typically. But it's also going to come down to how the rubber's getting laid down, what track people are going with, because that'll help with grip, things like that. So there's a lot of things that are going to kind of make their way into play the longer this race goes. Obviously, we're closing in on halfway, I believe now. So we'll have a good chunk of time of track evolution going forward still. So we'll kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, here we are. We're on the restart. We've got Williams, Witz, Quitz, Murphy, Michael Jakowitz here as well, as they're all battling away for this front there. As Murphy's slight little laugh from Kenton in the background. Jakowitz, sorry, whatever. Jakowitz is easier. Give over as well. So welcome in all of you. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Don't forget, if you haven't liked the broadcast, guys, come on. There's 28 of us. Let's give it some love and slap that like button there as well. Don't forget, leave us a comment below on anything that you've enjoyed this evening or any improvements that you feel me and Kenton can make. Maybe one of them might be concentrating on the racing. There as Dan Michel makes his way around the outside currently of Terry Murphy, and then the 7th for Jakowitz and the number 98 in the midst of Hall. Brian McLaughlin's got a run and a half going around the outside there as well. Great mix from him. We've got Strada in the middle going for it as well, and some great battles. Even Armand Brusso's up there.
Yeah, Brusso having a nice time in that bluey themed livery there, as he's not as far back as we expected, the Michael Massey Jr.
Ouch.
Got to throw that out every once in a while just for him.
You have. I think the thing is, between the stage break and caution 3 and 4, he's had 10 laps, give or take, to change. No, more than that, actually. 16 laps to change his tyres. So hopefully he's gone in to the pits and made a tyre change there as well for Armand Brusso. And then hopefully it'll be up on the pace again. Again, all the cars are spread out here, looking for parts of the circuit. There's a bit of a gap opening up between Anthony Radel and Sawyer Gara, who has got Keith, Kuhn, Sherman, Coleman, Collicott, Burrell, Kuhn, Pegg, Young, Kimmel, all behind him there as well. TJ settling in to that middle. He's got Norberg tucked in front of him at the moment there as well. Lydia, I love you all. Thank you so much for that. It means the world to me. Not you, Kenton.
Love lamp.
That's just me. So I'll take that one. As we come on to lap 70 and 125.
Typical Brits. Just take what they want.
Oh,
no one else gets anything.
give over, you Charlie. Never in a month of Sundays. Look, we're the only British people. We go to McDonald's, there's 4 tills, and yet we only queue behind 1 because we don't want to cut a line. You know what I mean? How does that work? Until I go in there and then I go to the other till and somebody says to me, you're cutting in? I'm like, you're queuing behind that one? Is that your fault or mine? Have a look in the mirror, dear sir. I believe that could be yours. Alex Witz alongside Williams at the moment. Dan Michel right behind him as well. Terry Murphy is in there. Oh, they're leaning on each other going into turn 1. Oh, great action from these guys so far as they're coming out of 2. They're going up that back straight with Witt jump in the front as he is at the moment.
I'm just going to throw this up. Terry Murphy up 21 places today in P4 right now. And he's got a little bit of a gap behind him to Strauder, so he's in a good spot right now to kind of watch this little crew of 3 ahead of him. And if anything happens there, less likely to get involved with it, and he might sneak out a W here. The Canadian working his way up.
A little bit worried though. He has kind of lost his draft of the cars in front, and he's being closed in on from the guys behind. So yeah, a little bit worried for Murphy. Hopefully he'll stay in the front. I love Slicks. Slicks is just emote in YouTube chat of every emote he can find in YouTube as well. Bless him at the moment. So hi Slicks, welcome in, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us as we go on to 73 of 125 for the BSC round 3, live from Vegas for season 10 here as well. And what an interesting race it has been so far. Lots of little jigsaws, isn't it? It's been a very patient evening of racing. It's kind of almost chess-like. Oh,
and that would be losing a pawn here. 5th caution. Looks like it's on the back straight.
Hunter Carlson by the looks of it. Oh,
And spin hour.
Carlson and space. Keep out of the wall, Terry. Keep out of the wall. Let him go. Let him go. Use him to bump back on. And oh no, my boy. Oh.
Well, thankfully they've got that fast repair, but trying to see what caused that. I think you got to go a little further. Oh, there's a lot of bumping going on ahead of this here.
That's the thing there as well. The 86 is down the bottom. Carlson gets a little bit of a wiggle on. Gara's already checked up and got a wiggle on. Carlson hits him into TJ, and unfortunately, TJ can't get it stopped enough. He needs to bounce off him here, doesn't he? But unfortunately, he hits him at the wrong angle and terminates
I think that
his
actually
mission.
gets started by Jake Hall.
Why?
If you go... Because he's the 98 ahead of Hunter Carlson, and he kind of caught,
Jake Hall? I thought it was Sawyer Gara.
No, the 98 up ahead there. So watch the 98, the black car right behind, right in front of Hunter Carlson in the 32. So he kind of gets a little squirrely coming out of this corner. I'm not sure if he gets connected.
Yeah,
so he drops all of a sudden right in front of Hunter, and Hunter has nowhere to go except in the back quarter or the rear bumper of him, and then unfortunately that kind of spins him out. So I think that was 100% a racing incident. He just got a little squirrely, caught himself, and unfortunately because of having to lift, while Hunter Carlson did not have to lift, that caused Carlson have to readjust himself, and in the end ended up getting a little spinny and taking out TJ with him there. So definitely a racing incident, but very unfortunate for those two there.
Very much so. The Spain hour curse. I will never do that again. I can't repeat the final word on the back of that, Terry, but yeah, I get what you mean. So there we go. Who can we have a chat with now, do we think?
We could bring in Peg and see what it is finally.
He's muted. I don't think he likes talking. Let's see if we can get him in there. As we bring the man in the Wiggles machine here as well, member of the Breakfast Club, Mr. Seth Pegg. Seth, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Living the dream back here, brother. It's a wiggly time down here. I'm just having the time of my life in this big red car. How's it going for you guys?
I'm doing very well, mate. I'm waiting to see, though, if you can wiggle your way up to the top 10. What do we reckon?
I have been playing a long game, and it hasn't been paying off. I've been playing, at these safety cars, I've been sort of taking fuel at every opportunity, even on the last lap of going under caution, just so that if we get long green flag runs, there's a chance I might be able to make it a bit longer than the others, but we haven't been getting those. So it hasn't really paid off in my favor, and just involved in a few rather unfortunate, silly little incidents here and there, so hasn't really been going my way, but there's still 50 laps left. There's still a lot of time for it to go my way.
There is. I will say now, though, you are going... Well, the longest run you've had is 33. That was right at the beginning. And then you had 9, 9, 5, and 12. So,
yeah. We're finding it a bit hard to get into that groove, get into that rhythm without the cautions, which is unfortunate. I have enjoyed, that first stint, the racing there that I had was pretty good, pretty enjoyable. But yeah, we haven't had green flag pit stops for quite some time, which, yeah, it's unfortunate, really.
Yeah, it is, but that's just NASCAR in general, isn't it? It's what we come to expect here as well. So, you know what I mean? Are we going to see you here for the whole of the season, Mr. Peck?
Yeah, so I think I did tell Kenton about this. I'm planning on doing 36 different liveries for 36 different races. So I hope that I'm attending all 36, to show off all 36 paints that I'm doing. But yeah, I'm hoping to be a full regular this season, attend every race where possible.
Okay, mate, and just to confirm, if you can just confirm this for me, it's Melbourne.
Melbourne. Or, well, it was actually Batmania. For those of you who don't know, it was originally called Batmania after the man who discovered it. I think his name was Batman, something Batman. But yeah, it would have been ridiculous to be called that, but no, it's Melbourne.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, if you wanna say that you're correct and the person who lives in the city isn't, that's fine by me. Like I've already got the Americans in the Discord that say that stuff all the time, but you know, it's just another person at this point.
Look, I'm English. We're always right. Didn't you know that, Seth? Come on.
Funny, that's exactly what the Americans say.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But hey, we all know that's not true. Seth, thanks so much for joining me, buddy. Have a good one, mate. I'll put you back down with the Breakfast Club boys, and we'll see how you get on.
See you later.
Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go. That was Seth there as well. Melbourne. It's not Melbourne.
Melbourne. Yeah.
It's
Told
not even remotely spelt like a bin.
Oh, we are green.
As Alex Witt gets us away with Dan Michelle and Andrew Williams there. Terry Murphy still on the pace here, doing a great job with Strada, Jalkowitz, Norberg, Stocknut, Kritz, and Shamalin. Once men, or is it Jay Mellon? I can never remember that one.
Yeah, I think it's Jamelin. I don't know. It's names.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows? Lydia loves the wiggles, apparently. So there we go. You can imagine her doing a breakfast wiggle routine every morning to get the blood flowing once more, with Alex Witt, Williams, Michelle Strada, Murphy, and Stockner fighting out for every piece of the circuit. Murphy playing a very patient game at the moment. He's up currently 19 places, is young Terry Murphy. I'm sure I'll probably come back and say I'm actually not James Young, but I'm 50, but thanks anyway. With Norberg and Jalkowitz right behind him. So let's see how he gets on once again and see whether or not he can move himself forward, as we've got two Canadians here, Collicott and Murphy, one Australian in Seth, and then we've got a field full of Americans after that, as Dan Michael takes it 3 wide with Stockner and Williams.
Yeah, Dan Michel having a pretty solid race. He's been pretty quiet this whole time. I'd say not really flying through the field or doing anything to get himself in trouble. I know he's had a couple of crashes in a few of in the first 2 races that kind of took him out of winning chances, but he's looking pretty strong. I mean, Alex Witt looks like he's just decided, all right, I'm done with the fun and games. I'm just going to go. He's created a half-second gap, but Dan coming up fairly quickly on him here as he's starting to pull it back just a little bit, but Alex Witt just having himself a fantastic race. There we go. Where's that? Oh, it looks like it's between 3 and 4.
Jake Hall again.
Ooh, I think he just gets loose.
On the 23.
And then unfortunately for him, yeah, it looks like the
Cody
23
Kern.
of Cody Kern, he had nowhere to go. And everyone, Armin Bruce almost gets taken out, but good on Hall, push himself up to the wall and try and stay out of everybody's way and not cause other accidents.
As we're on caution number 6. The votes are in, as you can see. TJ with 53%, Sawyer with 23%, Seth only 15%, and only 7% think that Armin Brusso is going to win. Wow, only 7%. That's not going to please the boss, is it? Considering he's in 14th at the moment.
Wasn't me. That's all I know. He probably voted for himself. He was like, yes.
I can't vote, so it makes no difference. Because apparently the man that makes the poll is not allowed to vote. So that's a bit upsetting. there as well. So there we go. Thanks so much, guys, again for joining myself and Kenton Sportak up here in the JPB booth for the BSC Cup Series spring cleaning here again as we're in round 3 of 125 laps of Vegas, and we're on caution number 6 currently at the moment as well. I'm hoping we don't get that caution breed caution mentality.
I mean, I would love to not have to deal with that, but unfortunately, it seems like it's slowly becoming a thing that we don't really want to have to deal with as it is. But it looks like it's because we're on caution. I want to say 6 now, yeah. And there hasn't been a lot of time between them, unfortunately. So we kind of need it a little cleaned up, but we'll see how it all ends up going. Through the next little bit, a bunch of people hopped in for some tires and some fuel and hoping to get a green flag run here for the next while, but we'll see. I mean, we've got, what's that, math I don't really know how to do, 42 laps, it looks like. 42 laps, yeah. Go from there. Seth, I'm hurt. Hey, I voted for Seth.
I'm on the fence. I've got splinters. I can't vote for anyone, so not my fault. As TJ moves himself up 12 places into 9th at the moment. There as well, there's only one person out of the whole of the top 10 who's lost places, which is Cody Kern. Jalkowitz is exactly where he was in 3rd. Everybody else in the top 10 has gained positions. Witt 12, Michelle 10, Murphy 21, Kritz up 13, Lewis up 19, swapping backwards and forwards with Brusso is up 12, Spainau's up 12, and Kimmel's up 12 there as well. I know, I'm sorry, I love delivery. So there we go. If you want to follow along there, guys, as well, I've just pinned the live timing link for you if you want to check out how everybody's getting on and have some live in-house action as well. One of the things I am going to look to do as well, if I can, Kenton, is get video feeds of the drivers, because I think that would be quite cool to see some of them on camera going forward as well.
How would you do that?
We should do that. Why haven't we done that?
How would we? You would have to have,
easy.
like...
Dude, easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, Video Ninja. Just get them to join the room, get their feed, I'll crop the feed, put it in chat, away we go.
All right. You know what you're doing. I'm just here to look pretty. And that's why we don't have video, so you don't have to see me.
Kenton's got a face for radio.
Barely. Barely even for that.
Would have voted for Jalkowitz, but yeah, all right. I didn't put him in, Kay. I put my favourites in. Shh, stop it.
My favorites. It would have just been TJ and then like T.J and then Spainhauer Jr. and then T.J. Spainhauer. All different iteration styles.
It would have, it would have been a Spainhauer dominated vote there as well. Not that I'm fixing it, of course. You know what I mean? I don't tamper with the voting, unlike real life. Anyway, I'm sure that's a conversation for another day. So there we go. Moving on to lap 85. Pace car lights are out. We're going to get these 30 laps in. Surely we've got to get these 30 laps in, because at the moment, Seth Peck's theory of going in and getting fuel every lap has put him all the way down into 29th. That Jake Hall in front of him there as well. On the track, however, he's got Hunter Carlson behind him. So Seth's theory of pitting every caution, probably not the best. Right.
I mean,
let's get this up and running, and then we'll get Kenton's opinion as we go over the line. We are going up once more. We've got 30 laps remaining here for the Rumble on the Strip 275, and it's Witt, Jalkowitz, Michelle, Kritz and Murphy leading us away.
Oh, no, not anymore. No, they're not. Well then. Off to a lovely start. So that Bradley Young there. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets tapped, I believe. I think that's Stockner, and then I don't know if he gets tapped again. It's a little bit hard to see what goes on with poor old Brad. I know he's having a very steep learning curve here, I can tell you that much. Stockner's in the 124. He tries to send it 3 wide. They make contact. Brad checks up, and then Strada does that to poor old Brad and sends Brad around, and then boom, the 82 gives him a love tap of Justin Kuhn, and unfortunately there is Mr. Young spinning elegantly with smokes aplenty coming out of that machine there as well. TJ, the new closer, the Kevin Harvick of racing.
Assuming closer.
And aren't you mistaken that Harvick is now retired, right? And he does a podcast. Believe it or not. I think this week, actually, Harvick was sitting down having a chat with his wife, if I'm not mistaken, on the Kevin Harvick podcast. Get yourselves involved. Don't forget, if you want to go to Vegas this weekend, Lydia, get TJ on it, because you can go and watch the Pennzoil 400 on Sunday for the Cup cars there as well. You could also go and watch plenty of other racing. The Leona is taking place with the Xfinity and Victoria's Voice Foundation 200 with the trucks. That sounds to me like an absolute incredible job here. Once again, we'll go and have a look at the prices for you, as we are a wealth of information here on the JPB YouTube channel as this wonderful thing, the website, loads up here. And unfortunately, you can only go to the grandstand, so we'll pick the grandstand, and all the seats are full. So what about the upper grandstand? Nope, they've got us. Oh, hold on, James, you got a bit quick, apparently. Right, Lydia, if you go on the website and go to 2J, you can go for you and TJ. I'll book 2 seats for you. There. Row 28, seat 14 and 15. Weekend ticket. And a weekend ticket there as well. That will set TJ back a costly $460. But you do get a weekend in Vegas, and you watch trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup on Sunday. So there you go. If anybody wants to chip in and send Lydia and TJ off for a romantic weekend to Vegas this weekend, you can do for a measly sum of $460. So Dad and Mum, raid the sofa. They want to go away for a romantic weekend to watch some racing.
Apparently they're not going to, because they're spending most of their money to go on a train ride. Is what Lydia says. So
why?
I guess they're not going. I don't know.
What train is it? The Orient Express? Let me know. I'm intrigued. What? How can you go on a train where you just go rather than hearing I don't understand it myself. If you don't want to go, you can all chip in and send me if you want. I'm happy for that. Me and Kenton can go and meet up. I'm sure both of us will have a weekend in Vegas. Kenton, what do you reckon? Friday to the Sunday?
I'd be down. See, it wouldn't be the end of the world for sure.
No, exactly. I don't mind spending the weekend with you there, buddy.
I've actually never been to Vegas.
No, me neither. I'll get a sign that says, "Hey, Mum, I'm on TV." And we can both hold it up and see if we can get it on the broadcast. I've always wanted to ride a real train. Okay, I'm so confused about now. What are you talking, steam train, or are we just talking like, you know, the 509 Express from Washington to Chicago? What are we talking about? I don't know. That was a guess. Shh. That was just,
what?
That was just me making it up. The Great Smoky Mountains Railway is a place. Oh, okay. You know where I'm going now, right?
That's what I'm doing too. Curious. It's a family train ride. A historic train in... Ooh, it is old school.
Oh, you get to puff. Do you get to go up and do the... put the coal in the engine? And which one are you going on? Because there's two. I've got two packages, apparently. Oh, no, there's...
Oh, the Polar Express.
Ooh, I love that. Maybe that's one for my father-in-law for Christmas. Riding in 2024, baby. Yeah. When can I go?
They have steam and diesel powered. They have a moonshine experience.
Awesome. Well, we've got a motor race going on here as well. Stop looking at Smoky Railways as we're up and running on lot 90. We got 35 on the clock with Witt, Crits, Jackwitz, Michael, Kern, Brusso battling away there as well. Brusso doing a fabulous job in that bluey livery, up 12 places, sitting in 7th once more. And right about now, if we were on Fox or NBC, we'll be going for a short break. But we're not, so there you go. Welcome back. Oh, dearie me. Once again, as the racing is up and running here as well. Movers and shakers so far. We're up 12. Crits up 16 places. Dan Michel up 9. Cody Kern is where he is in 4th. Jackwitz down in 2. Zach Lewis up 21 in that McDonald's livery. Then Jason Taylor, Armour Brusso, TJ Spainhour, Trenton Kimmel as TJ breaks the top 10 here as well. It's the diesel one. That sounds like fun. It does. I want the moonshine one. Surprise, surprise, Kenton.
Yeah. I like me some tasty thirst quenching drinks.
Very nice.
Although moonshine is not exactly thirst quenching. It'll depending on how it's made and how strong it is, it might be paint thinner.
Go on, TJ. Go on, son. Running around the outside. It's going now as well. He's got a run and a half at the moment as TJ's got Devon Collicott acting rear gunner for him. He's going to push around that bluey machine. That bluey machine's going to come down on top of the 52. He did manage to hold it, did Armour Brusso. He got through by a nose hair there as TJ makes his way up into 8th. He needs to keep getting that pushes from Collicott to make his way forward with Chris here as well, trying to catch up to Dan Michel and stay in front of Jalkowitz.
I love the stutter over his name now. Am I saying it right? I can't remember. But I'll give Crits credit. He did say he was going to drop to the back and then come back forward.
Yeah, he did. Are you going first class, though, Lydia? Because otherwise, you know what I mean? You want to go. You don't want the complete experience and not go first class, right? I hope TJ's giving you the full works of you on a steam train. So there we go. Enjoying that one. Cody Kern and Jalkowitz going side by side as they're heading into 3 at the moment here. These guys doing an absolute steady job. There goes Witt, there goes Michelle, there goes Crits, all battling out. Everybody else is coming through there as well. Great run, great action here once more from these guys as they are constantly battling away here again as we go on to the Craigslist. 24 cam on top of Cody Kern. You don't see everything is moonshine based. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's very true. The Carolinas, you know, the whole Appalachian sort of area. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I could see that being a lot of moonshine. Yes.
A motor race, Kenton. I don't know if you're aware. There's one going on.
They're just turning left. It's just NASCAR. They just turn left.
NASCAR.
Pedal down, go left. But yes, a great, fantastic view as you can see Cody Kern having a little bit of an interesting time trying to stay close enough without being too close. Because again, this front 3, they're quite tight, and obviously you don't want to run the risk if Michelle somehow catches Witt's quarter panel and sends him up. You don't really want to hold on to the front end of the guy's car coming through your windshield. So you gotta play it smart as he tries to make his way slowly though past Crits here.
Yeah, you can see on the outside at the moment. Crits on the inside is Kern. Kern's going to take the run for it there. He does a stellar job once more. Crits settles in behind Kern now and should just push him along, preferably not in a corner. There's TJ has had a bit of drama. He's dropped all the way down out of the top 10 now into 14th. It looks like he's going to lose 2 more again as he got Stockner once more. Where did the overtake? Stockner past TJ and then Stockner again. had come through, so unless them two have had a little bit of rubbity, and that's why they both lost a few places there as well. But TJ settling in nice and comfortably. Zach Lewis, Nicholas Stottner, Anthony Radel out on the 21 machine in that Colex serial machine there as well. Looks absolutely amazing. So great job from all of these guys. We're going 3 wide once more here at Vegas with 25 to go.
Yeah, having an absolutely fantastic drive right now. Keeping it clean, not having too many issues that way now, at least, which is good. Yeah, we'll see how a lot of this ends up going, because there's still a lot of kind of Seth cars going around, a lot of wiggles that we don't really want to be seeing too many of as we try and make our way through with the cleanest last group of laps. We're not going to say how many, because as soon as I do, they'll crash.
25.
So, I know. I was trying to not say they'll crash, and now we'll have to wait and be mad and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But no, going smoothly through the front stretch. Using the apron more now as we are getting kind of closer to that ending, and people wanting to get themselves in really good positions so that they're not running any risk of crashing or dealing with crashes, trying to sort of stay their way out of those. And looked like a little bit of a bump with the wall there out of Cody Kern, but I don't think he got too held up. But looks like further back, that yellow car.
Terry Murphy. Oh, man. Oh, brother. Is that Gara in the 54? Or was that Hall in the 54? I can't remember which way around.
The 54, that's Gara.
Gara, yeah. I think Gara tapped him and then sent him off there. And unfortunately for Murphy and Strada, I think it is in the Reese's machine, yep. Unfortunately for both of them, end up going round there as well. So, yeah, not ideal. Seth's slowly making his way. He takes a wide berth there, gets his way through the traffic. So, there we go. Right, dinner and drinks plus a blanket. And staying in a little cabin for the weekend. Oh, there we go. Never been around it myself, lol. Just stay out of my creek. Moonshiners owned and built NASCAR cars. Yes, they did. And that was what it was based on, to be honest. That was what started the whole NASCAR scene, was the Moonshiners running in their machines to see who can get from the one route to the other the fastest. And then it developed into what it has developed in today. Do you know who we haven't had a chat with yet? Who's been in the series for a while, and yet we haven't had a chat to him here as well. We'll give him a little bit of a welcome hug. Let me just check he's actually stopped in his box before I do anything crazy. Where are you? There we go. Oh, he is in his box. Right. Let's have a quick chat with Brad Young here as well. Brad, welcome in, dear sir. How are you? Brad? Brad? I can't hear him, Kenton. Can you?
I can't, no.
No. Okay.
Oh, I heard something.
Oh, I heard something too. Hold on. Brad's getting told off, I think. Brad?
Yo.
Yo, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Who just told you off in the background?
That was my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Hi, Brad's girlfriend. Brad, pay attention, will you? So your girlfriend don't have to come in. How are you, buddy?
I've been better.
Yeah, it's been a rough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it has.
It has. Am I on your TV in the living room?
Yeah.
Hi, Mum. I'm on TV. Oh, dear. Okay, Brad, you've come into the season, buddy. You've had quite a steep learning curve, haven't you? You know what I mean? It's been a very up and down first opening 3 rounds for you. What is that in factor 2, do we think? Is that lack of practice or lack of league racing? Where do you see yourself going forward? Confidence?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you just press the pedal and go left,
Trying to get in where I fit in.
Yeah, but I think you've got, a great group around you. TJ's there as well. We'd be able to give you some help. McLaughlin, Carlson, Strada. They're all there to give you help, buddy. But where do you see yourself making progress the most, do you think?
I really don't know.
Brad, you got to give me something, buddy. Come on. Confidence is the key, dear sir.
Yeah. Something I've not got a lot with here so far.
Yeah, but do you think that's just seat time, or do you think it's track time?
Yeah, I just need more practice.
Well, you have to pester TJ and get him to come around and give you some help, buddy. You know what I mean? But dude, look,
Yeah, he's helped me out a whole lot actually.
it's a learning curve, right? This whole racing NASCAR thing is a learning curve in general, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, a few more bits of learning from you, Brad, and you'll do a stellar job, I'm sure.
I hope so.
All right, bud. Well, you go and enjoy the rest of the race, mate. See how high you can get, and let's see if you can get above the top 20.
I'm gonna try.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Take care. Oh, well, that was Brad Young. He seemed a bit shy, didn't he, Kenton, talking to us? Talking to me more than you, to be honest.
I was gonna say, yeah, mostly you.
Yeah, I know.
You have a little more personality than most. Go with that.
Who does?
You've got lots of personality.
Yeah.
So he might just be like, oh, hello.
Some will say over in the UK, as I found out recently, I've got a little bit too much personality for some people, by all accounts as well. Would you believe it?
Yeah, I could see some people saying that. I don't necessarily agree.
Do you know what? I don't agree either. I don't.
Hockey.
No, I don't really care. As long as I enjoy what I'm doing, that's all that matters. As we're lining up here once more to get this race up and running. We've got 20 to go on the clock now, and the pace car lights are out. We've got McLaughlin, we've got Williams, we've got Norberg, we've got Stottner as your top four there. Isn't Williams, Norberg, and Stottner on the same team? The Orange Wheel Club or something, aren't they?
Yeah, there's what is the team name?
All right, let's get this up and running. Right, Kenton goes off and finds out that one. Williams is holding him off here as well. He's holding him back. He's going to allow Norberg to come in front now of McLaughlin, and he has done that exactly. And I'm sure it's the Orange Rim Club or the Orange Wheel Club are there with Norberg, Williams and Stottner battling out with Joshua B. Keefe and his brother-in-law Joshua right behind him. Kuhn there, of course. Peckles is up in 8th place. Go on, Wiggles. Let's see how you get on as you got 19 to go. Is Jamalin there as well? Nice little battling on 3 wide, 3 deep, 4 deep, 5 deep at the moment as they're all just jigging around the circuit trying to find as much space as they can, Kenton.
Yeah, they're the unfortunate thing with how kind of narrow this is, you do have a lot of movement coming from a lot of cars. It's kind of sliding up and down and sort of working their way through, but so far they've been mostly clean. I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, yeah.
Who let the blinking Canadian speak this time, eh?
I don't know.
What have we been up to then?
I blame.
Who was it? Can we see? There. Wow. Was that Whit? It was Whit.
Oh. There's a lot of cars involved, too.
Yeah, I think it starts with a 34. Oh, no. TJ gets into Collicott, puts him up in the air, and unfortunately there, for the number 41, who was that? Is it 41? Yeah, in the United Rentals.
The 34 ended up in the air, too.
Yeah, but a 41 put him there. So that was Jason Taylor. So if we go back, we should be able to go into the cockpit with Taylor. Watch Spainhour on the left. No.
What happened to the 91 ahead of him?
Yeah, that's Collicott. Watch, he just puts him up straight up in the air. That's what the underside of a car looks like. Whoa. That was Alex Weir. What happened? What actually did happen to Collicott there? So try and find Devon Collicott. He got loose, checked up. Terry's in, and off he goes. Devon Collicott there. one of the main protagonists out of that one. Watch him get loose coming out of the corner.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, he checks up. Spainhour in his camera, he's got no to go, puts him up into a Chevy, and then the Mustangs come up and just lift him up in the air. Witt tries to avoid it, nowhere to go for it. Well, he went inside the car there. That was very bizarre. All of a sudden, there's bumpers coming off. So, there we go. On lap 108, as we're only gone 6 laps since the last caution. Caution number 9. I don't really know where to put that, really. Collicott, I suppose, started it off, but then there was a group of cars after that, wasn't there? Seth Pegg up in 8th place at the moment. So there we go. Thanks so much again, everybody, for joining myself and Kenton Sportak here this evening as we have fun at this Vegas race, the Rumble on the Strip 275. So don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and have some awesome racing once more here coming up as well. Don't forget, on the JBB YouTube channel tomorrow night, we might as well give you a rundown of the calendar. Tomorrow night we've got the GT4s that are on round 11 season 3. They're kicking off tomorrow night as well. They start at 7:50 p.m. and that's from Twin Ring Matigi, which will be the night race. Then we've got the Prospects E-Racing League Tier 2, round 2, live from Catalonia. That will be kicking off as well on Wednesday evening. We then go on to Thursday, where we have got the Radical Race Series once more undertaking there as well, and some more action as the week goes on. So get yourselves involved, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and you won't miss any of the action that's coming up on JBB this week, and there is a lot of it. Don't forget, if you want to get yourself involved in the BSC, you can do, and all links down in the description below, of course. And if you want to get yourself involved in any of the JBB series, you also can do as well. TSRC's GT3 is this week. TSRC's round 6 on the F4s is on Friday. TCL season 3, the iFormula on Saturday. The Platinum Endurance League GT4s on Sunday. Coffee Cup morning round 3. GT3s go off at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. PPR pole position racing round 7 from Baku. And then you got the F1, the IGP Formula 3 series on Sundays. So still a lot of racing coming up there, Kenton, over the week on JBB.
Very exciting stuff. Lots of fun races to go check out in case if you've got some time. You want to watch some great different action other than just the NASCAR.
If you want to listen to me and put me on your TV every single night as what is going on in the Young household at the moment as well. Hi, Bradley's wife, Mrs. Girlfriend. He never actually told me your name, but hi to you. Thank you so much for watching us. Big shout out to the lady on the sofa. Brad said he just needs a swift whiskey, and if you can run him out, that would be absolutely amazing.
Ooh. I could go for a whiskey right now.
Nice.
Don't
do me any favours, man. I don't drink, so it don't really mean a lot to me. There you go. The only thing I could die for about now is a nice soft drink. It's the only thing I don't have in my office. I've got a fridge, but I haven't put anything in it yet. So maybe I should have got some cans of Coke or something. There we go.
I have some cherry Pepsi Zero.
Great. If you could just throw it over, that would be amazing.
Chuck it through my glass.
Yeah, the rotation of the earth and the spin of the drop will drop it into my living room anyway.
Perfect. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Right, here we go. 14 to go. The final 14, and we have got the Orange Rim crew, I think that's the name, at the front here as well. Now, these guys could block off these lines, and I swear to God I am seeing deja vu about now.
Yeah, it looks familiar. Williams getting a huge jump. Yeah, that seems about right. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, with there being much. Wait, what? Why? Or now it's was there not just a yellow flag flashing? Did I miss something?
Nope. You saw right here. As Murphy's in the background. And that, my dear Lord,
he's getting spun.
Is Alex Witt. So let's have a look. So we're on caution number 10. On lap 113. Oh, he got loose. Straight down onto Witt. And unfortunately for Witt, he had nowhere to go there. Soyagara, unfortunately, backs out as well. So Soyagara not having a good time either, by the looks of things. As it comes round now into the action. The yellow flag is out at this point, so I'm not too sure where Sawyer goes. Oh. There. Okay. There we go. Yeah, caution number 10 with 11 to go.
Well,
that happened.
Unfortunately, I will say though this is our highest cautions we've had, so that's not too bad. Having a 10, we had much worse last season, so I'll take 10. That's okay. We'll just go clean from now on.
That's because it's like 7:30 in the evening for you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pretty much, yeah. No, it's good.
20-3 for me. Devon Collicott has come out in the Discord and says, sorry to anyone taking out in either of my wrecks I caused tonight. Definitely a rough race. Mate, it happens. I won't worry too much. Happens to the best of us there, buddy. As well. Or sometimes,
Brusso.
yeah, not blame Brusso. Why not? Where is Dylan? Right, you little rascal. Right, just have a quick drop in and catch up with the man that said he's going to go from the front to the back to the front again. He's at the back at the moment. What's he going to do over these last few laps? Dylan, welcome back in, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Okay, what are you going to do over the last 11?
I'm going to win this race. I'm going to the front.
From there?
Well, if these good years hold up and God sees it to be, I will win this race.
Okay, if you win the race, contact me and I will shoot you over some iRacing dollars just purely because you would have done a great job if you could get to the front over the last 10 laps.
All right. I will keep tabs on that. I will make sure to DM you after this race because I'm going to win this race.
Okay, Harry Potter, I will be happy to see you evaporate your way to the front. Dylan, I can't see it, dear sir. Prove me wrong.
I will do it.
Okay, well, off you go. Dylan, thanks so much, buddy.
Hey, thank you. God bless.
And you. Oh, dearie me. Man, a few words at times is Dylan, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving the confidence though. There's very little, ability to not believe in himself. Like, dang, but good on him.
Yeah, he's going to the front apparently. Everybody's tires are getting worn out, making them wiggle. Says KJ.
The wiggles.
Yes, dear sir. The wiggles it is.
Still don't really know it that well.
Oh, dearie me. Right, there you go. Okay. Right, I should have done above or below 5. We would have smashed it ages ago as we're on the 10th caution. Do we think we're going to get to 12 with 9 to go?
I don't think we have any more cautions.
Okay.
I think we have no more cautions. I'm going to call it.
Right. But don't forget, guys, as well, if you are sat at home and you do have the BSC on your TV, take a picture, post it on your socials, give it a shout with JPB underneath as well. It's JP Broadcasting on Twitter or X and Instagram and Facebook. And we will share, like, and drop a comment on your post for you as well. Get some love out there for this great league that's supported every single week by all of you amazing people. So if you are at home and you're sitting there watching it on your TV, Brad's girlfriend, take a picture, snap it up, put it onto socials, tell them that you're chilling out to a Saturday night with us up here in the booth, and we will repost it for you as well as we're going into the final 9. Pace car lights are out, side by side we go. We got the Orange Rim. What is their team now? Is it the Orange Wheel Club?
I think it's something like that, yeah, like Orange Wheel Club or Orange Wheel Crew, something around there. It's on the side of their cars. I can't see it from here, but on his, you can see. On Williams's car, it's somewhere on that side. On the
Orange
side.
Wheel Racing.
Orange Wheel Racing, okay. Oh, and he is gone.
Yeah, there we go. We are up and running once more. Andrew Williams, Stocknat and Norberg. You can hold off them lines. I'm having distinct cases of a playoff race and deja vu all day, baby. As you three up the front again here as well. Can block this off. You can make Orange Wheel Racing 1, 2, 3. Just play it right.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting finish to this, but apparently not right now.
Why?
Oh, your thing has it as yellow. That's what threw me off.
I haven't got anything as yellow.
Oh, on mine it's still yellow. Weird. That's why I was like, oh, maybe we're not going.
No, we're green all day. Hold on, I've done it for you.
Reloading. Yes, we are green.
Green all day as Williams, Norberg and Stockner settle in there. Terry Murphy trying to come back through. Brusso's there as well. Where are you, Mr. Critz? You're in 21st. You've got a long way to go, especially with the likes of Alex Witt alongside you now. Dylan's making moves here. He's trying to get through. You can see that there. He's running that apron. He's just gained another 2 spots. I'm dead excited now. Go on, Dylan. You're in 19th, son. As he starts now going up around the outside of Jake Hall is Dylan Critz as he's going for his push to the pass, push to the front. Mr. Critz in that 34 machine.
Yeah, he's slowly making his way up. I mean, whether he's going to be able to do it over the next 6 laps or not, whole other question. But we will, I guess, see. He's kind of got a little stuck behind Hunter Carlson there, but we'll see. He's kind of making some moves because he starts to reel in his rear, TJ, a little wiggly there.
Yeah, rear right tap the wall. He's now boxed in, unfortunately for Dylan. He needs to go through. If you're going to go through, you've got to make it 3 wide, and he does make it 3 wide. No! Oh, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, nuts.
That's
number 11. Do you know what, though?
Interesting.
Poor old Alex Witt ended up at the back, and he's just not been able to avoid incident after incident, has he? From there. Look, he got compressed like a piece of ham in a cheap sandwich. And then, unfortunately, that's Carlson in that 32 machine. Goes round, and then the 41. Critz misses it just there as well. Who was that 41 machine? He's just put himself into the wall. And then the 19 there as well. Tom Kuhn goes round, and it's still just keep going here as the big one.
See who caused that one.
Shh, don't tell anyone. Watch Witt in the middle.
I know. I was gonna say what, because it looks like the 41 kind of. I don't really like that. They got squirrely there. Then Alex kind of goes down and puts his nose in there, and unfortunately,
Brusso
started moving.
Where was Brusso going like an absolute rocket?
He survived?
No.
Maybe. Oh, little bump.
Where?
Oh.
Watch this from Armor Brusso's point of view. This must have looked absolutely epic. Because he can see it all playing out now, can't he? Right? You can see it all planning out in front of him. He's got a choice. He either goes high or he goes low. He chooses low. Now he's got to go up high. He's got to go up to that section. Now, there on the right-hand side, he just nearly makes it. I think Carlson come round and torpedoed him. Go on, Armand. Hold it, son.
I mean, he did pretty well for keeping it mostly out of the wall.
Uh-oh. Just a little tap there.
Gets a little bumper on there and actually helps keep him from spinning out anymore. So, hey, it works.
Green, white checker. Free to go. Here, once again. Don't forget, if you are sitting here watching it, like and subscribe, guys. More like drop a comment actually as well. Tell us how you found the racing here, how you found the entertainment. I mean the commentary. Once again from myself and Kenton Sportak up here in the JPB booth.
Yeah, that was. I'm still trying to really figure out who was if there was at fault. It looked kind of more like a racing incident. It looked like, Alex was taking advantage of an opening that kind of came out of nowhere. But unfortunately, Hunter Carlson tried to move to kind of close it up at the exact same time and kind of ended that one. So
yeah, there we go. These guys.
A little bit of a racing incident.
Absolutely. 3 to go now. And then we'll be done and dusted here this evening. I feel like we need another advert. You know what I mean? Like an advert break. You're welcome to Pepsi, proud sponsors of the BSC Las Vegas. The Pepsi, the drink of choice, here for the celebrities. Welcome back to the JPB.
I want this to be a thing all the time now. Just constantly.
The point of
so
having a
you just
break
have
is that
to
we
add-
don't speak for a few minutes. Not that I provide voiceover from various companies.
I mean, yeah, but like more fun that way.
Yeah, but we don't actually get to have a break like they do on TV. They must.
You don't. I do. You don't.
Well, this is true. They must get to have a lot of breaks on TV, don't they? Because there's so many adverts.
It's like football, like NFL, American football, or baseball. Baseball is the worst. There's a break every 4 minutes. It seems like
it's crazy.
But I know NHL, they actually have a rule as to how many full like actual commercials you have to have in a single per period. I think it's 2 or 3 actual commercial breaks you have to have per period.
Really?
But yeah, there's actually a
God.
rule in place and all that kind of stuff, which in over a 20-minute period that really takes about just under an hour, only having to have 2 or 3 commercial breaks. Not bad.
Yeah, every other sport, however, we don't have them over here. We have them, like football. You get them like every 45 minutes because they're halves. So they play one half and then.
Yeah, but that's because they don't own a clock.
Yeah, it's just because we don't like to sit and watch adverts every single day. We'll queue in a line for 3 hours, but we won't sit and watch adverts on a TV. So we're going to have Williams, Michel, Norberg, Kern, and Stotner as we're coming round for the GWC here this evening. 3 laps remaining. Green, white, checker. And I did get asked earlier on in one of the races I was doing online, can anybody explain to me what a GWC is? A little bit worrying considering you're in a NASCAR race, dear sir. But let's get this going here as well. And green, green, green. Michael missed the start there. Williams got it, and Norberg got it in second with Cody Kern in third. Once more, Dan Michel missed the start. He didn't get a run out, neither did Stotner here as well. What's going on with Chris? Oh, dear me, gee whiz. No, that was the first incident. Hold on. I'm going on as we've gone to a yellow once more. Can't actually see why we've got that. Or we have got it because of this incident. Yes, we have. Who was that up in the wall? Noel Jakowitz, I think. Was it Jakowitz out in that 7? Oh, that's Radel and Witt. Oh, as we're on caution number 11.
Looked like there was a pretty solid checkup, just trying to avoid everything, but...
Oh, caution 12, I've missed one.
I was going to say, wait, isn't it 12? Yeah.
Caution number 12. So there we go. Once more, we're going to go again for the second GWC. We've only got 3 here before we end on yellow, which would be a bit of a shame. But Chris is
not the most ideal.
No, Chris is now in 14th, behind Witt, who's got Peg in front for the wiggle machine. And then Strada in the Reeses there as well. Then we've got Kuhn, Lewis, Coleman, Keith, Jamal, and Jamelin, McLaughlin, Stockner, Dan Michel, Cody Kern, Norberg, and Williams. Coca-Cola, the driver's choice, here from Vegas. There you go. I'm doing rather well.
Pepsi
Huh?
and a Coke ad in the same broadcast? I don't know.
I don't know. It might not happen, but it might.
That's fair.
Who's going to
Very fair.
Who's going to splash out the most amount of money for the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, actually, I'm curious. It was like something, wasn't it something like $1.5 million for 30 seconds?
Oh, I don't know. Just painful.
I think it was. Like, it was something absolutely ridiculous like that.
Really? Right. There we go.
Oh, I was wrong.
How wrong?
About $5.5 million off. It was $7 million for 30 seconds of ad time.
Shut up. Who would actually go and pay that? That's just ridiculous amounts of money. Right. Pace car lights
And
are out.
US dollars, too. In US dollars.
Yeah, I'll just go get that at the JPB bank. Put one on for the halftime show, shall we?
So that's, okay, so 7. You're in pounds, right?
Yep.
So it's about 5.5 million British pounds.
Oh, yeah, because that's worth it. I doubt that's going to bring you in $7 million of revenue just from having one advert on the TV. But we will see. I'm sure it probably doesn't, to be honest. But I know it's the most watched sporting event across the world. So as we're all going once again, Williams, Norberg, Stockner, Kern, Michelle, McLaughlin there. And then in the 65 is Andrew Jamalin once more. Pace cars in, second GWC here from Vegas. Let's see what goes on. Are we going to get this through to the end this time? And it is. Williams gets the jump again with Norbert Kern and Michel and Stockner running side by side. 2 wide, 3 deep further back, 4 deep. But Andrew Williams has bolted here as we've got 2 to go.
Yeah, he got a massive jump there. Though oddly enough, the Super Bowl is actually not the most watched sporting event in the world. It's actually World Cup of Soccer.
Football.
They call it World Cup of Soccer. And then yearly would be the Tour de France.
It's the Football World Cup. Football. We kick it with our feet. Football.
No.
Yes.
No.
Football was not... what you've got is American rugby. On to the final lap now as well. Andrew Williams is looking like he's going to take the victory. It has been a very caution-fest evening here for the BSC on the final lap. No more cautions. No more cautions. Here comes Cody Kern. He's going to try and get round him coming over the line, but it is going to be Williams. McLaughlin goes off. Williams comes over the line. Then Nicholas Stockner. Then Williams, Kern, Stockner. And Dan Michel, you're 1, 2, 3 there as well. So we've ended up a caution fest race with Andrew Williams being your winner, Cody Kern in second, and Stockner in third. So there we go. We got there in the end.
Yeah, it looked like we did. It looked like someone went sideways right near the end there, coming through across the finish line, or heading towards the last lap. Partway through the last lap, but
Strada got loose.
And I think Cullycott, the 81 car, also had an incident. Or not, yeah, there it is.
There goes McLaughlin.
McLaughlin, that's who it was. Cullycott. McLaughlin had a little bit of a whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy. Yes, could safely say he did. There's
Yeah, just a wee one.
just a wee little dram of problems. So there we go. Right, let's bring you up the results this evening here as well. You can safely say it's been a long one. Andrew Williams is your winner with Cody Kern in second and Nicholas Stotner in third. Then we got Dan Michelle, Matthew Norberg, Kevin Coleman, Josh Keefe, Dylan Critz, who didn't win the race, made it into the top 10. No, so fair play to him. Andrew Jamalin and Alex Witt rounding out the top 10. Seth Pegg in 11th with Radel 12th, Hall 13th, Joshua Goon in 14th, Trenton Kemmel 15th, TJ Down in 16th, Armour Brusso 17th, Hunter Carlson rounded out the top 18. On from that one, we've got Terry Murphy, Greg Sherman, Tom McCoon, Brandon McLaughlin, Zach Lewis, Andrew Burrell, Noel Jalkowitz, Christian Schrader, Bradley Young, and then Jason Taylor. Sawyer Gara, Devon Collicott, Justin Kuhn, Rob Sizemore, and Andrew Onquist did not finish the race, but we can have a chat now as well. Let's start off with your third place man here as well. Comes over the line here for the final GWC, or GWC number 2, should we say. He takes the third place, does a great job from keeping himself out of trouble, and that was one Mr. Nick Stockner. Nick, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Oh, all right tonight. How about yourself?
I'm all right, mate. I think for me, I've just watched a very long race. So overall, it's been great action. What's it been like out on the track for you this evening?
I mean, well, we had a really fast Milliken and Company Daikin Applied America Chevrolet tonight. Orangeville Racing gave me a really fast race car, but we didn't really do too well in quali. I messed up lap 1 and messed up lap 2, but in the race labs, you know, the onboard computer was saying I was one of the fastest on the track when we had a clean car, and it was just cutting through the field, man. I made a mistake there on one of the restarts. I'm sorry that anybody got damaged there. The car just spurred loose, and I saved it, but saved it a little bit too late. And it was just a fun car to drive tonight. Car was real fast, had a lot of speed. It just we just didn't have that last little bit of luck. Wish we could have had that there.
Yeah, definitely there as well. So are you putting this down to a race win miss, do you think, or are you happy to take the third place that you did get?
I'm always happy to have a good finish. I mean, you know, you always want to win. I mean, that's goal number one as a race car drivers. You always want to win. But I mean, for the day that we had, you know, we went to the back twice and still came up with a third place finish. I mean, that you just got to take the positives out of an event like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree as well, Nick. We go on to Pocono next week, buddy. How do you feel about Pocono?
Oh, well, last time out in this league at Pocono, we had about a 15th place car, and, you know, I personally don't think I've gotten any better since then, so I think we're going to have about a 15th place car.
Okay. Well, Nick, you're supposed to be a little bit more positive, buddy. Come on. Positive energy, dear sir. Positive energy. But, Nick, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having a chat with you. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Of course, got to thank Orangeville Racing, all the guys back at the shop. They gave me a wonderful piece to drive today. Milliken & Company, Daikin Applied Americas, WestX, Polar Tech, Haven Hair Studios, NB Suites, Handy Dan's Landscaping, Loza Harrisonburg, House Transport Incorporated, all the guys who keep coming on the car every week, you know, keep on making this machine rocking and rolling.
Awesome stuff. Well, Nick, thank you so much there, buddy. Look forward to having a chat, maybe seeing how you get on at Pocono. Hopefully better than 15th.
We can hope.
Take care, buddy.
You too, boss.
All right, next up, we'll have a chat before we break into the top 2 with Matthew Norberg here as well. Matthew finished in 5th place, up 10 places. Matt, welcome in. How are you, bud?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I've just watched what can only be deemed as quite a chaotic evening of racing, dear sir, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. This track is very conducive to really close side-by-side racing, especially on the restarts because you're essentially flat through the first corner. So it's difficult to create separation there, especially in those late restarts.
Yeah, and we had quite a lot of them. I should say we had 4 from lap 108, 113, I think it was 115, and then 127. What's it like when you're in a race with it stop starting?
It's difficult because the track's changing, the sun's coming out, and clouds are moving over. So slight changes in not only your tire wear but the track state makes it for a bit of a unique experience going into turn 1 at full speed for the first time, like 4 or 5 times. But it was definitely edgy getting towards the end of the race on those restarts, where I think a combination of the track temp and the rubber that was put down made sure that you kind of had to be careful not to just mindlessly go flat out into turn 1. You kind of had to feather the throttle a bit if you weren't careful.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It is deemed as a full flat circuit, but it's not as easy as that as well. We're going to one that's definitely not easy next week. Pocono, Matt. What are we expecting from yourself there? I know Nick. I just spoke to Nick. He said he's got about a 15th place car at Pocono.
Yeah, Pocono. I'm fond of that track. I won there last season, so hoping to repeat. But Pocono's super unique. 3 different corners, so you really have to be good on the brakes in turn 1. You have to kind of feather the car through turn 2, and then you really got to roll to center in 3. So it's 3 different tracks essentially around Pocono, which is what makes it so unique and so fun. So looking forward to it.
Awesome stuff. Well, Matt, thanks so much for jumping in here, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to my OWR teammates, Drew Williams, Nick Stockner, Jay Call, as well as Andrew Burrell. I know Stockner's been working hard to improve this season. He's done a great job so far with a fantastic 3rd place finish here. And Drew's just being Drew, and he's doing a great job. So shout out to all my teammates, and thanks to you guys for putting on a good show.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much there, buddy. Take care. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Appreciate it. You too.
All right, next up is the 2nd place man. He gained 2 positions there as well throughout the race. The number 23 machine of the Craigslist Mustang, Cody Kernan. Cody, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Good. What's going on, James?
I'm all right, mate. I'm not bad, to be fair. I've been sat here with Kenton, having a great old time, commentating on some great racing. Very stop-starty, though, wasn't it? It was like almost hitting the first lights on the motorway and still being red by the time you get to the last ones.
Yeah, our strategy was to pit late and have those fresh tires at the end, and didn't really get to use them all that much. So cutting out a few of those cautions would have benefited us greatly, so I wish that would have happened, but here we are.
Yeah, you got a good run coming out of turn 3, but did you think you was going to take the victory?
No, being that it was only a green-white checker, there was never enough time for me to actually make a run there. I would have needed another lap to have a chance.
And going forward for you, Cody, what's the ambition for the season?
So far it's been a couple good runs. I think I finished top 5 at Daytona, and I was top 3 last week when my internet decided that it was done for the night. I'm looking forward, but I know that there's some rough tracks coming up with some short tracks, so we'll see what happens as the season goes on.
Yeah, buddy, I think we've got some road circuits in the mix just for good health as well, and everybody knows how I feel about that one. So, but Cody, hopefully, it should be a good one for you next week at Pocono. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Shout out to Breakfast Club Racing and Craigslist. It's where I get all my car parts. It was great. That's how I put together this fast NASCAR Mustang.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Well, thank you so much, Cody, for joining us, and look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks, James.
Next up on the list to have a chat with, who is a man that qualified by his standards really low, but it didn't matter because he gained 19. He took the victory. One, Mr. Andrew Williams. Andrew, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. Not too bad. I am doing very well. How was the racing out there for you? It's sometimes quite easy to lose focus with the stop-start motion that you've got going on here this evening.
Yeah, no, I mean, we caught ourselves a few times just talking about whatever, and then like, oh crap, the flag's coming out. We got to go again. It was like an intermittent podcast. But overall, really fun race. Really fun driving through the pack. I'm actually super happy I got to start at the back and kind of had that experience of fighting my way to the front and seeing who could save tires, who could move their car right.
Well, you definitely did manage to do that there as well. Coming into the green-white checkers, we had 2 of them, of course. What did you think? Did you think you were going to take the victory?
I felt good about it. I felt good about the launch mostly. I was able to get off the line really fast and clear these guys. Was really worried about Dan and Cody. They were on newer tires, and we didn't have the opportunity to pit for new tires because we only have 2 sets for the race. So that had me stressing out the whole night that we were going to get caught. But no, just played our cards right. Had some lucky battles behind, and they spent so much time racing each other they couldn't catch me.
Well, that's the way to do it, buddy, as well. Season ambitions, what do we think?
I think I've been watching the points pretty closely. I've been watching who's having good finishes and who's not. I think I've got a really good shot right now. Super hopeful. The schedule is a lot of tracks that I really love to run. So I think we're going to do what we couldn't last season. We're going to go for gold. We're going to try and win this thing.
Awesome stuff there, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrew. Much appreciated for that one. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Nordberg and Stockner specifically for some great defending on those last couple of restarts, and overall just sticking with me with my my poor strategy calls that almost lost us the race, but we pulled through.
Yeah, he definitely did. Well, Andrew, it's been a pleasure to talk to you there, sir, and look forward to seeing you next week at Pocono.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Take care. Well, there you go, Kenton. Another night over and done with, and I think we can safely say it's been a long one here as well from Las Vegas, hasn't it? Here this evening with 12 cautions tonight.
Yeah, I expect we're going to have a few more next week in Pocono, but we'll see. It'll be a fun race. It's always exciting to go to Pocono, but we'll definitely have to see how it all ends up playing out. But it was a good race. Obviously, congratulations to our top 3, and hopefully we see them all floating around that same space tomorrow. Or next week, sorry.
It's going to be an interesting challenge for the Americans because the guys in the JPB NASCAR Super Series went 45 laps the other week at Pocono and did not have one caution. And that isn't bad for a bunch of Europeans in a NASCAR.
Yeah, that's bold. I'll see how that goes.
So there you go. Right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here this evening as well. And I think you can safely say it's been a very interesting evening of racing. I've been James Parfitt. I've been up in the booth here with Kenton Sportak. And as always, guys, as we normally do here on the JBB channel, we always say, take care, have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.